Since there isn't really anything coming out about season 5 at the moment, I thought what a better way to hold us over than reading some of your guys' miraculous headcanons. But really quickly, in case there's anyone that's watching this video that doesn't know what a headcanon is, it's something about a character or characters that isn't confirmed within the show but fans believe it to be true. The Google definition for it is something that a fan imagines to be true about a character even though no information supporting that belief is spelled out in the text. But anyway, with that being said, let's get into reading your guys' miraculous headcanons. The first one says, Tiki sometimes goes over to Adrian's house because she knows how lonely he is. See, I'm not really sold on this happening now, but I was thinking in the future after the reveal, I could totally see Tiki just like randomly going over to Adrian's house. The second one is, I'd like to think that Marinette is a Swifty, and when Kagami and Adrian first started dating, she listened to Better Than Revenge, and her favorite album would probably be Lover. See, I totally agree with that. I think a lot of people have said it's headcanon that she listens to Taylor Swift, and I totally agree about her favorite album being Lover, like 100%. Okay, so for the fourth one, there are like 4 different headcanons, but it was all in one comment, so I'm just gonna count this as like one thing. So the first part is Marinette has a Spotify music playlist for sewing. The next one is Adrian has one for scrolling on TikTok or something. The third one is Alia reads tons of fan fiction. And the fourth little part is Nino secretly loves silent movies, but went through a phase of not liking them due to what happened in Rocketeer. I definitely agree with all of these, but specifically the last 2 because Alia 100% reads fanfiction. Miss Girl might even write fanfiction at that point. I don't even know. If there is any kind of Lady Noir fanfiction that exists in the miraculous world, Alia definitely reads it. Marinette's mom teaches her self-defense, and Kim, Nino, and Marinette have known each other since kindergarten. Okay, so this 6th one is probably one of my favorites, and it says, Adrian/Cat Noir has a specific playlist made for when Ladybug rejects him or doesn't call him back, and has What About Me or Do You Get Deja Vu or Look Who's Inside Again as a playlist description, and the playlist is probably titled When Ladybug Hurts My Felines. I'm sorry, but the When Ladybug Hurts My Felines is just so funny and also so correct. I could totally see him naming a playlist that. I don't know why, but I definitely think that he has Stitches by Shawn Mendes on that playlist for sure. I feel like he probably listened to that playlist a lot in season 4 and like Plag was just like so sick of it and over it. Adrian and Felix were switched at birth, which, considering the fact that they're sentimonsters, I don't really know how that was possible, but I'm still not convinced that they weren't switched because Felix just reminds me of Gabriel. Adrian uses these emojis when texting. Adrian's bad at cooking and asks Marinette to teach him. Marinette occasionally daydreams about Cat Noir, but then bursts out, I don't like him like that, and Tiki laughs. I agree with all of this, but definitely the daydreaming about Cat Noir thing, especially considering in like that one miraculous secret, she was like, maybe I'd see Cat Noir differently if there was no Adrian, and then like quickly switched up and she's like, wait, a world without Adrian? That's crazy. Yeah, she definitely thinks about Cat Noir a lot. I feel like she also daydreams about him like giving her roses and stuff. At least every weekend or specific day, Lady Noir always sits on the roof, and each day they sit closer together. That one was really cute. I could see that happening, and I feel like it's always Ladybug that like scoots closer to Cat Noir. Juleka always fills Luca in on Marinette and Adrian's relationship. Honestly, I could totally see that happening. But I feel like it's Luca that always asks about it, and so that's when Juleka fills him in, because I don't think she's just like randomly telling Luca about this stuff. Okay, so I literally have so many of these and I want to be able to read as many of them as I can. So I'm going to do a quick like speed read of a bunch of them, I guess. Ladybug is actually super curious and excited to find out Cat Noir's identity, but she tells herself she can't, so she stops thinking about it, but it doesn't work. Every night, Tiki sneaks down to the bakery to steal sweets. Adrian starts blasting Bad Habit by Steve Lacy once he realizes that Marinette has liked him for so long. If you guys haven't heard Bad Habit by Steve Lacy, you probably haven't been on TikTok, but it is a really good song. I definitely recommend listening to it. Obviously, I can't play it on here because copyright, but that song is 100% gonna be Adrian when he realizes Marinette liked him. Tiki and Plag come up with subtle plans to get the love square to complete. Plag isn't always making jokes, he can be super sentimental and emotional. Marinette and Adrian go mini golfing with their friends, and since Adrian is always home, he doesn't know how to play, so Marinette gets to teach him. Ladybug and Cat Noir are always watching horror movies together, and Cat Noir screams so much it's unbearable. I feel like Cat Noir has like a really high-pitched scream, and like maybe when he screams, it's always into Ladybug's ear, and so she gets like really frustrated with him. Okay, this next one is kind of sad, but it's also really sweet. Adrian definitely sometimes cries himself to sleep, and when it does happen, Plag would cover him up with his blanket until Adrian falls asleep. Adrian and Natalie sometimes sneak out to Marinette's bakery to eat some pastries. Honestly, I could totally see that happening. When Adrian gets bored, he plays Little Kitty on a Roof all alone without his lady on his piano. At midnight, all the Kwamis and Marinette have movie nights with snacks. Honestly, this one is so freaking cute and I could totally see it happening, but like, it's also really sad because Marinette doesn't have any of the Kwamis now, so like, that's not really a thing anymore. But when she did have the Kwamis, that was definitely a thing. Marinette draws hearts on mirrors and windows when they're foggy. I do the same thing too, and this honestly does seem like something Marinette would do. I feel like she also sometimes puts like an A in the middle of it, or like an A plus M in the middle of it. I also feel like one time she was tempted to put L plus C, but then like stopped herself. She's like, wait, no, I don't like him like that. Nino and Marinette are very chaotic together and annoy Alia and Adrian like a little evil duo. Adrian's love language is physical touch / quality time because he didn't get those as a kid. I honestly don't even know what to say about this one, and it's probably because it's really sad, but it's true. Like, there's no way that this isn't true. And physical touch is definitely one of Adrian's love languages, at least when it comes to Marinette, because he's like literally always touching her. Not in like a bad way, obviously, but like if there's a chance for him to put his arm on her shoulder, he will do it. Adrian has a weird obsession with coffee. See, I could totally see that happening. I feel like Adrian was like never allowed to have coffee, so like now that he can, he's like addicted to it. I'm not sure if they sell coffee at the bakery, but if they do, I definitely think that's where his obsession started. Like after the reveal happened and they've been together for a while, Adrian kept going over to the bakery 24/7, and every morning he would have coffee, and after that he's just like always been obsessed with it. This one, there's absolutely no way that this isn't true. It says Adrian gets Natalie a gift for Mother's Day. He definitely does. Oh my gosh, Adrian and Natalie's relationship is like my favorite thing in the whole entire world. Definitely very underrated. This one says, Nino secretly likes old Barbie movies. I don't know why, Nino just seems like the type of person that would like Barbie movies. Marinette gets cold really easily. Honestly, pretty relatable for me. I'm like always really cold. I get cold pretty easily. I feel like Adrian is always giving her like blankets and jackets. Okay, this next one is actually quite crazy because this has always been a theory of mine. I've been needing to make a video about it, but I just haven't. So the fact that someone else kind of said this, I thought this was really cool. But it says, Gabriel and Emily met on the set of the film Solitude, and Gabriel was designing costumes for the film. This whole idea or theory could honestly be a video in itself, so if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know. Okay, out of all the ones I got, this is definitely my favorite because it's definitely the cutest, and it says, Ladybug plays with Cat Noir's hair while they sit on the Eiffel Tower, and he usually ends up falling asleep and she kisses him on the forehead each time, and he found out that she does it and purposely pretends to sleep just so he can get kissed by her. This is literally the cutest thing, and I honestly wouldn't doubt that this has happened before. So lastly, I thought I would share one of my headcanons. I have quite a few, but this is probably one of my favorites, which is after the reveal, Adrian and Marinette will be inseparable. Like, they literally go everywhere with each other. They don't do anything without each other. And I feel like it's to a point where it's really annoying. All of their friends are just like so annoyed by it. If Marinette and Adrian are ever separated, they're like constantly texting each other.